Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Cami Peters, and I'm a Renaissance data coach. In this short video, I'd like to show you the student experience in Accelerated Reader. Today, we're going to log in as a demonstration student. Her name is Ashley, to show you around a little bit and what this looks like. So the first area I would like to show you is Accelerated Reader Tile. The page will actually has two different purposes. So one way that Ashley can use this landing page is to look at the book discovery options. This is like a Netflix for books. It's very personalized for Ashley. So it will suggest some books that may be interesting to her. So you can see there's some suggestions for nonfiction books, some top ideas based on her interests, even some award-winning book ideas for her. So if she's at a loss for what book she wants to read next, this might be a good place for her to go to. She could also use the filtering option to search by things like an interest level, the points of a book, or the ATOS book level. So she could actually put in her ZPD range here. Now, a ZPD range, for those of you who aren't familiar, is a suggested reading range of books that are a good fit for Ashley's reading ability. So she could put that range in here and find all sorts of books that are in that range of just right books for her. For today, Ashley has actually finished reading a book that she chose from the library. That book is The Gruffalo. So she's just going to search the title right up here to go directly to that book, and she can take that book's quiz. What she is going to be taking is called a reading practice quiz, and what that does is it measures the student's comprehension of the book they just read. The next question that Ashley gets asked is, how did she read the book? So she can say she had the book read to her, she had the book, she read the book with someone, or she read the book by herself. If she read the book with someone or had the book read to her, we do have some books that have recorded voice quizzes to help students take those quizzes if they need some assistance. Ashley did read the book by herself, so she's going to choose that option, and she'll start her quiz. Now these quizzes are pretty short. Again, we're measuring basic comprehension of the book that the student read. This quiz has 5 questions. If the student read a longer book, she might see a 10-question or a 20-question quiz. If she read a very short picture book, she might see a 3-question quiz. Gruffalo has 5 questions, so we'll go through and answer these. You can see what these questions look like. They're all going to be multiple choice questions for our reading practice quizzes. And the questions do come in order of how they occurred in the book, which is nice because that helps the students remember what happened in the book. They're also movie proof, so we try really hard to movie proof our quizzes. If a student were to just see the movie and not actually read the book, it would be pretty hard for them to get 100% on that quiz. So we finished our quiz, and then we get to rate the book. So Ashley really liked this book, so she's going to give it 4 stars. This data will actually feed into AR Book Finder, which is another site that students can use to look for books if they're not sure what they want to read next. And these student ratings actually feed right in there so they can see what other students are interested in. So Ashley passed her quiz. She got 80% correct on this books quiz. Since she did get one wrong, she can actually review missed questions. And so she can say, oh, okay, I accidentally clicked this one. It was really afraid of the mouse. So that she can take ownership of her reading and do a little correction if she needs to. We'll go and click on next so Ashley can view her progress page. So this is something I hear a lot of teachers say that their students are really excited about. They're very motivated by seeing their progress towards their goals right in the student side. So as the student gets closer to reaching their goal, their flower actually fills in with color. If you have an older student, they do have a little bit of a different experience. It's still progress towards goals, but it's more of a bar graph type format as opposed to the flower filling in. Either way, I've heard it's very, very motivating for students, and Ashley likes looking at her flower filling in. Another area in the accelerated reader tile that Ashley likes to go to is the bookshelf. So she can actually go through and see all the books that she's read, any articles she's read, and we'll talk about articles in a little bit, and how she did on those quizzes. She can also use this to check and see if there is a book maybe she's interested in reading, but she can't remember if she quizzed on it yet. So let's say she would like to read a Clifford book and she wants to double check. And then she can look through and here's all the Clifford books that she's taken a quiz on. So we do have that search feature out here as well. So if Ashley goes back to home, she can also access accelerated reader articles that she can read in the student side as well. So this is a new addition out here for students. They can actually look through a library of nonfiction articles. There'll be articles at the student's grade level, one grade level above, or one grade level below. And she can go through and see if there's any articles that are interesting to her. And as we scroll through here, she can see there are a lot of really interesting articles out here. We do that on purpose. We want to make sure that students want to read more nonfiction, and these are pretty interesting articles for students. Okay. So for today, we're going to read the article, The Animal Backhoe Digs Down Deep. So not only does the article include the actual text of the article, but images from the source as well, so that you have that background information and it helps with that understanding of that nonfiction content. So we're not going to actually read through the article today. I'll scroll through here quick. So you can just see a little bit of what it looks like. They are nice and short. We'll say Ashley's read her article and now she can take a comprehension quiz on the article as well, just like she would for her books. This should look pretty familiar. We tried to keep that format very similar. So again, just measuring that comprehension. And then you get that immediate feedback as well. So Ashley can see how she did right away and make good choices on what she'd like to do next. So this brings us to the end of our time today. I hope you enjoyed this short tour of the student experience in Accelerated Reader. I'd also like to invite you to watch our full-length webinar for more insights on the Accelerated Reader program. You'll find the link to the webinar in the description of this video.